We are, of course, your election headquarters, bringing you timely and accurate information. You don't need to go anywhere else and get misinformed or maybe disinformed when it comes to election 2024. Stick with us and we'll give you everything you need to know. Now, today we're catapulting you to the Dome-Kwabenya constituency, located at the Ga East district of the Greater Accra region and the country's largest constituency. It covers areas including Dome, Hacho, Agbogba, Pillar 2, Westlands, and Ashoman. We're talking about, yes, Dome-Kwabenya constituency. It has experienced some interesting political developments within this 4-year period. But the question is, what could possibly change? We have the son of former Speaker Aaron Michael Quay, who is now the candidate of the MPP, taking over from Sarah Adwa-Safo. But we want to gauge the mood of voters in that constituency. Before we go there, though, Sweetie Abochi is on hand. Let me just walk you very quickly through the trajectory when it comes to the presidential and parliamentary polls in that constituency. There's a certain trend. If you look at, it may not be that clear, but I will spell it out for you. If you look at the year 2004, right, in the presidential elections, the MPP polled 65.72%. That's what you see here. That dropped in 2008 to 60.31%. Then in 2012 to 61.93%. It increased a bit. Well, it increased to 67.13% in 2014, but fell in 2020 to 60.58%. If you look at it critically, what it means is that from 65%, there was a drop to 60.31%. And if you look at the figure in 2020's elections for the presidential, is the second lowest the MPP has scored between 2004 and 2020, a period of 16 years. The lowest coming in 2008, actually, 2008, and the second lowest in 2020. What is happening there? But then you come to the NDC's trajectory, and you would see that as far as the NDC is concerned, they scored 32.86%. Then it went up to 38 plus percent, fell to 37.52%, then fell again to 32.18%. But in the last election in 2020, it rose to 38.71%. And you would see also that for the NDC in the presidential, the 2020 figure is the highest, almost knocking on the door of 40%. That's the highest the NDC has secured as far as presidential elections are concerned. But finally, with the parliamentary, before we go to the constituency, when you look at the parliamentary, the NPP has moved from 65.5% to 57.7%, then going up a bit to 63.75%, then a high, the highest, in 2016 of 68% when the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government took over. And that has fallen now to 58.35%, the lowest or the second lowest that it has secured. Again, the lowest, interestingly, you would have to go to 2008. The second lowest, 2020. 2008 was a year when the NDC came to power. 2016, a year when the MPP came to power, and 2020, this is what happened. When it comes, though, to the NDC, it has moved from 32.3%, then a high of 39.5%, fell to 35 plus percent, then to a low of 31%. But look at this figure here. Interestingly, the NDC's candidate in the last election in 2020 scored more than 40%. The presidential, they were just below 40, 38.71. But for the parliamentary, over 40%. The question is, how is all of this going to impact, shape minds, thoughts, votes ahead of election 2024 on both the presidential and parliamentary scores? Well, to get a good hint at that, we're bringing in Sweetie Abochi, my colleague. She's on hand, on the ground in Dome-Kwabenya. Sweetie, if you can hear me, what is happening in Dome-Kwabenya?
We're coming to you live from Dome-Kwabenya constituency for our constituency lens today on the AM show. Now, in this constituency, there are two candidates that are vying for the position of Member of Parliament. We have Michael Aaron Quay and we have Elikpli Makrugu from the NDC, and Michael Okwe is from the NPP. Now, this morning, we are specifically in the Dome market, where we want to understand what the issues here are in the constituency and what will influence voter choices, as well as what the messaging has been from these parliamentary candidates. But let's talk to Joshua and Raphael. They are here with us. No, come join me. So this morning, I mean, we've had some interaction before coming on live now. And I have to tell you that everyone is busy. It's a busy market. And so we'll be moving from group to group to understand and bring in perspective what really the issues are. Joshua and Frank and Raphael, thank you for joining us. So let me start with you, Frank. What are the issues here in the Dome-Kwabenya constituency? You work here. You have seen your shop. What are the issues bothering you here in the constituency?
Okay. I would say basically when the customers come in, they do talk about the price inflation. So what I would say, that's the first thing that they used to complain most. Aside that, they used to say that their roads leading to their markets are not also that good. So I basically see that that's the only thing that they are facing for here as a worker here. No, this is not my constituency, but then that's the only thing that I can see for now. So
it's just 15 days to go to the elections. What have you been hearing? What has been the campaign messages from both parties, and which one do you think makes more sense to you? Have you heard anything at all?
Well, they've come around though, but not basically here within the markets and then suburbs. So I don't really hear what they do say, but most people do talk a lot about maybe changing power and other stuff. But
let me throw that to you. Talking about changing power. Thank you for joining us. So this is my hometown, brother. So what are let's start from the issues here, and then we talk about the change in power, if there would actually be a change in power. So first, what are the issues?
Last year, by this time, Katana Vafia, Metanga Funa, I think Katana busy. By this year, only share slow, and I come a gym. And Ta Ni Magbono, never a Mukatan Le High, Ta Namashama Vana, Babiamuta, and then your price no, Kaujo.
He's also talking about the hike in food prices. He said a year ago, around this time of year, he wouldn't even get a time to speak to us because they're so busy, and he runs a meat shop. But now people aren't able to buy as much, and they are free enough that they can talk to us because the economy is hard. What about change in power?
Katusaf Africa mature since Ojima Yamakoba MPP Rudil Afmako NDC Kolunaji. Tamakoba Sestelama Mahal Dobi-Kwabenya Afia since Mavafia NDC Mahu Sitle Afia Po matter how it is Angoji Uniopra all Posumaya Dagana Eco Daganata. Yonapomo Katana Mauji Maukuata a change.
Okay, so he says that he's from K to South, and since he was born, he's never seen an NPP parliamentary candidate or NPP win in that area before. And since he moved here to this Dome-Kwabenya constituency, it's the same thing. No matter how hard or difficult the issues or the situation gets, he doesn't believe, or he doesn't think it would ever happen that the constituents here would ever vote for any other party apart from the NPP, and therefore they're leaving everything to God. We will leave shortly and go to the other groups, but is there anything that, if your leaders are watching you right now concerning this constituency, you want to tell them? Like, what do you need from them now?
Me here 15 days me dako. Me here intifafa me dako intifafa nava magajo. Ta ni ko be me intifafa nava.
Okay. Good one. So he says that all he has to, what his ask is that we vote in peace. Our leaders should not instigate violence. We should go to the polls and come back in peace because, I mean, at the end of the day, Ghana is ours. What about you? What would be your request if our leaders are watching you? If these Elikpli Makrugu and Michael Aaron Okwe are watching you right now, what is your message to them?
Okay, my message would be on the day of voting, we should go peacefully. We all exercise our franchise peacefully and then come back. So whatever result that comes, we all take it in good faith.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, I want to take you to the inside of the market, right, where we have so many traders who earlier we spoke to and they were waxing lyrical about the issues that face them in this constituency. And I want to start with the onion seller here. Hello, ma. Mabao. Bacho, bra, 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 bra. Okay, so there's a woman. She's here. And, ma, good morning. Yeah, bisa say in Sembe and I nyoma ben ne hamo Dome-Kwabenya has say 15 days ya kwako to abano e was say leaders no omo pay attention to.
Dear higher ba kone say ye dwadie. Edwam ha say hanya hwebiem. E man nyina adwane kokurom because of a scan there that's no so. Nti nipa no amma. Nti ya no say atidwom asa. Amomo aye na man nya ye na so yankwanim. E wo ya brabo.
Well, she's saying that basically the same thing. They're hiking food prices or the inflation. He says that they're not as busy as they used to be because things are hard. But I've seen someone is drawing my attention here about Obi Roberto Aman, and I want to understand what her issue is.
Because me ban when you free education and can you know can me jina hoy. Wo here ni baby at some men ka better than come banet me akobi. Me mami enu na wo mu enti wa boa me enti masa toa so.
Okay, so she says she will vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because of free senior high school. But Oba the Dome-Kwabenya has say you were Elikpli Makrugu from NDC and I ain't want to about her. But what's your campaign messages nibi? Our constituency hano nyoma beng ne hamo e wa ha say.
Mumu da ha dem because me ti ha na me boa. Me Kumase na me wo. Kumase de wa.
Ba we adwuma wa.
Na me di nyoma ba ha trek na me ba ha.
It's only issues be what I say ebe influencing mu vote. All right.
I had a minimum share by the na ya mayano me per se ba omia no ontoa so no onya minimum se me wo gidie wa rehemu se obeya maye because free education need the wa.
All right, thank you. So she's just rehashing the fact that she will vote for the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, because of free senior high school. And she doesn't vote here. She's all the way from Kumasi. She only brings her goods here. And so she really can't share much with us in terms of the issues that the people, the constituents here are grappling with. But I have seen some Okada drivers, right? Pragya riders. Oh, nice. How are you all doing? Inti yene constituency kasa say nyoma ben nsem ben ne hamo e wo Dome-Kwabenya mo na mo ye adwuma wa ha say inti mo nkyerɛkyerɛ mu because aka 15 days ayekoto aba e den na e wo say bo politicians Elikpli Makrugu ne Michael Okwe den na e wo say omo pay attention to power wa ha say ayekwakoto aba no
ekwakoto aba ya de ha ye no say fuel na omo tutumu no every blessing day fuel no price no ekoto pa kwa na ekoye nti ase adwuma no sɛ yɛngya yo sɛ yɛnyɛ o aginyame anti akurugu ni makokwe no ɔmo yɛ ward obi ɔpɛ nto aba ma no no fuel no ɔma price ni yɛ den ɛmba form
ɛsɛ fuel na ɛnyɛ ɔmo no mo ɔyɛ fuel ni de sɛ ɛnɛ national issue
yeah sɛ every aban ɛna etum aban na ɛti so
so he
ɛti so na me kasa kyerɛ ne sɛ fuel no price no ɛkɔ so ɔpɛ sɛ ɔnsantena so bioma
all right, so he's talking about the increase in fuel prices which affects their business. Let's gather some more thoughts. Eja, you're live on AM show. Ansana yankechi oh no problem. Ansana ye baba live na mini wudi nkomo. Insem na oka ni nyina boneto fa mami.
Oh okay. Aban for ne no na ye adwuma wa ha. Ade ka be sere ne se so mo tie ya enipa ho adwuma de e de ne. E be so mo tie ya se kasa na mo ne be ka afutu bo mo fa man. Since the ometima we see utama before say bia 20 no mejo kra na ometima gina ba bia be 2 hours na ye ma won ko he ti yesro mo say omunyo madwuma ye yesro mo ani die mo a.
So he's a tricycle rider, right? And there are actually a lot here. I don't know if my camera woman can pan and show you. That is like the main way of transport. If you want a quick or a faster way to transport your goods from here, they use that. And they say that the policemen have been harassing them. They take, when they catch them, whatever they're doing that causes the police to catch them, they take money from them, and it's affecting their business. So they would like the governments to pay attention to that, so that they can also just ply their trade in peace. Ma, that's say what join ye. Ye bisa mo amote ha Dome-Kwabenya constituency. Aka 15 days ye beto aba. In Nyoma Bay, in Sembe ne hamu. E wo ha say, what he ha say? Ka wasem kyerɛ yɛn.
In Nyama e ha ye wo ha no say. Nyawa de bebre ha ye. So fu o ma to me. Ano so kan. Bebre ha ye pa because the see afu o yentumento. Yentumento fu o nti no. This year there.
We a driver.
Me a driver. Chipra gani bi. Ya kwan so nye kwan no nye se. So ombaba to abeme wo so mo ya kwan ni bi o baby. Ombaba to aba na de wa tate ya kwan no. But this year there ya to aba ma aban papa wa be susu aba ma Ghana hanum se bi akoso because hanum aye dene.
What am I there interesting? Well, she's saying that it's the fuel prices and watch yourself, and the roads are bad. But I want to post something interesting. What him say? Constituency has a montoma different party da. Every time we call elections between 1990 or 2000, it is NPP and winning. You see, I also over to ama abang for abang na wo to amano.
Say first nena. Yet to about na as a Sunday, this year as a sum.
We are sure services.
And this year as a sum. Yes, a sum, mama. Bibia come up because me about the at summer. You may be a Nigana. Oh, I'm Miss Moto was on my tank. Call. Sure. And is because Ghana and why a Dianca Santi as a sum. Yes, a summer for your new. Yes, a summer for your mom.
It's a money now, money, and you say most the same.
Yes, it's some. Zoo. Yes, it's some. I don't know, Brian. Go buy us someone who would that.
Well, they're basically saying that this year they are going to change their voting pattern. We know, I'm sure that Benjamin brought the statistics on the voting pattern here. We know that NPP is always winning here. And so they're saying that because things are not going well, they are going to change that, which means NDC.
NDC. Number one or the second.
So there you have it. But let's engage some more constituents. You know this is a busy market, and so we cannot gather them all. We have to move from one person to the other. Thank you so much for joining us. So what are your concerns here? What are your concerns here in the constituency?
Impuntu. Me say omano and answer me area no ebeko so eno na ehia me development.
Development like what?
Say youth na ewo ho no ye benye adwuma ye obi hu nkyere no. That is my concern.
Now, the people are saying, he's saying that he wants development, roads to be done, youth to be employed and all that. But, and I say in Ankasan, Dome-Kwabenya no, NDC wineda, parliamentary, presidential, omo wineda. But mo kase omo best same. Only omo ya doing. Would you say, afiwe mo best same mana?
Nyani sise mu na ehia me na emom nipa obeba obi ahụ beto yen na ye me main point say ye NPP na ebe samba ebe ma development abawo say ye NDC na ebe samba ebe ma development abawo eno na ehia me say ye NDC o say ye NPP o eno ne de for my personal interest be ni obeba. All right,
so he as an individual doesn't really mind which party comes in power. He's looking at developmental issues. He's looking at how the youth can be gainfully employed and how they can ply their trades in peace and without any hindrances that, reduces their economic or financial progress. But I do want to go to some people that we spoke to earlier to also add their voice to the issue. The truth is, it's interesting for me to just hear them say that they are going to be changing their choice of a party this year because we know that it is the NPP that usually wins in this constituency. Over here, I'm coming to speak to a shop attendant. Oh, we're inside. Great. So let's get in. and speak to him. So anapane by now only en kan sembi mu nti e fe boneta fa mama e de be ne hamo e wo constituency ha say. Okay, so we are going to constituents and asking them what are the issues here. And apani omo kansen bebre ba fe ne yakọ live nti wo so wa ba ha say dey pass anyway share. Then e hamo wa ha.
Wa ha pa ne say enkwala na ha no mu ne adwuma ye. To the market ya say no so. Ye ni ade yiri bola ne no magum nti je say o meti ye sa to we ya. Ye ma bibia. And yet do things for nothing.
Okay, so she's saying that, I'm doing a translation. She's saying that, one, the youth are not employed, and two, they're paying tolls for cleaning the markets, but it appears that nothing is being done. They have to, one almost more proper, but they themselves have to, clean up after themselves, although they are paying for it, and they don't have proper waste management systems here in the markets.
And a normal market, I say, yeah, brepa, Lebanese no. Say Ghana government to show me because the way almost too no no. I don't think say the food and drugs were checking woman. And Ghana has said no be a foreigner be about or but say sick just like that. But almost show
Lebanese for them but no more.
Almost them money my and it's a Ghana government, or they have a freedom. Oh, and they say no, almost warehouses not been mayor. It's not like that. Yeah, got to normal warehouse. Why is some warehouse in the market? Warehouse should be industrial area. Now, yeah, so soon Ghanaians, they say me customer fee, but me nante, I can warehouse, I can target. Is there some quarter from warehouse, Abahasi? And did the warehouses and quite industrial area. And my and since some buying markets. Near freedom.
Okay, so she's basically asking the government to regulate some sort of non-compete for them here in the markets between them and the Lebanese, because the Lebanese are taking over in terms of bringing in rice to the market, and they're asking if the government can find a way to maybe move them further so that they don't have competition right here in the market, and it's putting them, the Ghanaians, the locals here, out of business. Lebanese no.
Because it's not like that. And it's a bazaar. Because woman didn't know money and it's on market here. Say, I saw more industrial area and any other fan no man. And no one surprise nominating me at all. Because who move to the market here?
Okay. Now I say Dome-Kwabenya no. You who say they be a motuma NPP. Your name your kada for nekasawa bonds. Almost almost your mobile same. About where you got 15 days no. What to say?
Me imagine.
Usha, campaign messages na Eli Plim ni Michael. I mean, whatever they're talking about, no, they're wearing a Towasum.
The Thomasum, no. Say the two parties, I saw me to because Oma promise ya, Oma promise ya metomunye. And here ni pa foforo or bet me the youth no, me go tia me best school fees. Na kwala ni me school no ntenase. Ya nyini school enkwala no ho. Yeah, you Ghanaians so. Omo boy say ento abanima. But omo we new year na no refi. And it for me dey me ma fa me ho adwene. Me that two parties no me ma fa me ho adwene.
Yeah, that's the first one, Yakasa. So she was saying that we should break away from the NPP-NDC duopoly because it's just about promises that are not fulfilled all the time. We will go to some other people and speak to them, but I find it interesting that she talks about Lebanese taking over the rice market here in Dome-Kwabenya, or specifically here at the Dome market, and they're asking that if there's a way that they can regulate it, then they can do that. Okay, so I have someone here who we spoke to earlier. Hi, it's good. Oh, why? So you are all here. Let's talk, please. I know you are busy, but this will be very brief. So when I came earlier, I was asking you that we are asking for the issues here in the constituency. Yeah.
Can you speak your mother tongue?
You want to speak Tree? That's fine. That's why we can speak Tree. In your mabena, issues, and I send me hamu ewa hase, and then we talk about the voting. Okay.
Yeah. What do me hase? Dome-Kwabenya me Dome precisely no market no nye na kwan no so nye ama traffic ye bebre wo kwan no so yeah na in fact over market no so niam abode enye kura nti niam ahia na high pa no.
Okay, so he's basically reiterating that things are basically very difficult here in the market. Apart from that, the market is not structured well, so it's causing a lot of traffic. In fact, it is true, we experienced it ourselves. The traffic here is heavy. I'm just seeing a policewoman enter a trotro driver. I think he's been arrested. But I won't say, but it looks like, whether parliamentary or presidential or motoma NPP, based on the fact that I just have for on my back, no. More to abanising. Considering so also wope in Sisemu, wope development, wope some way road now. Abano to anything.
Me per se na. Oh, me this year the margin is me about the mean to be. The say your tour you change. And I will have a witness since. I said the internet into me. My imagine say me about the mean to be. By
civic responsibility. He's saying that he will not vote because he doesn't see anything good coming out of it. But I'm saying that it's his civil responsibility to vote. So one to aba, grofono mwako to aba no win choice on beyama. I know your own. Say me ma make it choice and mwame. Inti my imagine say. And then a bit me ama wa adwian sesan a obeto aba.
Say niama boko form one. Mra yere kwa about umbre. Say niama boko form ni yehu. Na say ma some person mu ye bibi kakra o market wo ni sa de see hu sa na amane dia e betima de san adwene.
Okay, so I was asking him on what will cause him to change his mind to actually vote this time, because he says he doesn't want to vote, and he talks about if things get better, if things change, then maybe they will consider. I spoke to the lady earlier. Oh, there's someone else here. Let me go and come. I spoke to the lady earlier, and then I want to understand what she also has to add to this. Hello, ma. Yabao. Good morning. Inti anapana mi bisa se minim ba your life. Na mi bisa se nyo ba ne hamo e wo Dome-Kwabenya ha se. Wo de bo ne tofa ma me ne yeko.
Atache no dosu. Ya market nye. Ana ye nse de ni baby papa bia like wo si a wo be ye free na wa to wa de. Na market ni mo so attention is too much. And your friend is saying the increment no so hard. Increments no hard pa man can because each and every day no prices are changing. It's difficult more pa.
Attention no can equine na.
Equine yet. Until always there is traffic. It worries us a lot. Like people should be coming like quick to purchase and it's difficult more.
But before you go, Abana Yakwako 15 days, no 20.
Oh, I don't do any better to me.
Mammy, last one. Once I have say no, mutai to my NPP. Wow, parliamentary, presidential, Nipana Yejuma, 1 year Juma, Utuma NPP, na fe so once current MP na just have one medium. The replacement Michael Okwe, and I NDC side near Elikli Makrugu. In some no moke canon, they ain't to assume.
Me so far no, because of business and shut down fire drink.
All right, thank you. So her issues were basically two: the bad nature of the road and the hike in food prices. Let's enter this beautiful shop still in the Dome market and understand what's going on. Good morning. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us. So you're live on Joy News, the AM show. We want to understand. You are a constituent here in Dome-Kwabenya. You work here. What are the issues that are critical for your leaders to address going into the elections? Oh, we are live. So briefly. I'll leave you right now. Briefly. What are the issues here?
I don't want to say anything, please.
That's fine. Okay. So let's speak to you then. What are the issues here?
The issues are the traffic and what else? Traffic. That's all. The traffic. Then the prices of the foodstuffs here are expensive. So that's all we have here.
Thank you. Looks like the issues are really the same for everyone. They all talk about the increase in food prices. It appears the market is slowed down because things are difficult compared to previous years. And they also talk about the bad nature of the road. You can see that there's a gridlock here. And I think that it's one of the things that will influence voter choices, or one of the things that they really want leadership to pay attention to. I have with me here another driver who will probably be the last person we speak to today. Thank you for talking to us. We're asking constituents in Dome-Kwabenya, what are the issues you're grappling with? And then we'll talk about how you're going into the December 7 polls. But let's start with the issues.
Okay, concerning the issues at Dome Market, you see the market has no parking lot. And the tractor drivers mostly park by the roadside to pick passengers, which doesn't help the traffic situation in the area or in the constituency. So as we speak now, if something could be done, or I don't know how possibly it can, but if something could be done, then there will be a parking lot for the market and for the drivers. It will benefit the constituency a lot.
Right. The other thing is, going into the December 7 elections, well, who are you voting for? Between Elikplim Akrugu and Michael Aaron Okwe.
Okay, that one I can't tell.
Okay, but have you been listening to their campaign messages? Which one resonates? Which one really, which one appears to meet you at the point of your needs as an individual?
As at now, that of Elikplim is very superb because she is having a policy of engaging the youth, building something like that of a magazine, which will involve all workers, whether you are an artisan or, there is something like that, which will help a lot. If you participate, it will help the constituents.
Are you sure that even though you believe that Elikplim's campaign message or policies are superb, like you said, do you think that she can actually get the mandate, considering that this constituency, Dome-Kwabenya, never vote for, well, you do vote for them, but NDC has never won in this constituency before. Do you think anything will be different this year?
That one I can't tell because Dome-Kwabenya has been branded as an elephant constituency, which I can't tell if the constituents will change their mind because per day voting for MPP, if they have achieved something, that is up to them. Because per me, her policies are very nice, which will help everybody. So if the constituents will change their mind, it will benefit all of us.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. So it looks like the messaging or the campaign messages from Elikplim, the people here in Dome-Kwabenya are actually listening to the messages. This gentleman just told us about Elikplim's policies being superb. So probably, like the Pragya drivers, tricycle operators said, maybe this will be the year where they change or do something different in this constituency. But we are still here in Dome Market, in the heart of Dome-Kwabenya constituency, gauging preparedness or voter choices ahead of the December 7 elections. And the issues that have come up here so far, the main one that keeps ringing through is the increase in food prices. Considering this is a market, it appears that they want the should I say economy, or they want the cost of things to be lower than it is right now. So, well, we have to throw it back to you in the studio because it appears everyone has add their views on what's really happening here and what the issues are here. They're talking about good roads, they're talking about youth employment, they're talking about cost of food prices, and among others. I'm Siti Aboshi for Joy News.
And that is Sweetie Abochi, my colleague, who has been embedded in that constituency, Dome-Kwabenya, and she's been interacting with some of those there. Hopefully you got some scope on what we can expect from that constituency. But before we take a breather, this year's CompuGhana Cashback has been named Prime Cashback Season and it's packed with goodies, incredible deals and exciting surprises for you. Now this Prime Cashback, CompuGhana is bringing you exclusive discounts, prime savings, awesome surprises, whenever you shop for products from any of their branches nationwide. So you can find products from your favorite brands like Samsung, LG, TCL, HP, Lenovo, Dell, Midea, Nasco, Tecno, Infinix, Itel, Huawei, and many more. Visit any of the CompuGhana branches nationwide and enjoy exclusive discounts on all products. CompuGhana has a wide range of IT-related products, from mobile phones and electronic products such as laptops, printers, desktop computers, tablets, television sets, fridges, home theaters, air conditioners, gas cookers, and more. Now, what's more amazing? This year's Prime Cashback with CompuGhana has got great prizes, instant gifts, cash prizes for your shopping experience. So whatever you shop at CompuGhana this season, be on the lookout for the surprise team, answer a question correctly, and win instant cash and gifts. You deserve this too, of course. Rush to CompuGhana now. The promo runs from now till December. Visit CompuGhana.com or call 0302 752 020 for more information. We'll be back with more action right here on the AM Show. Do stay.